Design principle. While creating our design, we should follow these principles and make our own designs. First is contrast. Whenever you are designing a product, its color contrast should be the same. As you can see in this screen, which has the contrast of red and green color in it, it is the same. So the color contrast of both of the same level. When we design any app or website, it is not the case that the color contrast of button in one of the screen is very bright and the color contrast of the same button in the second screen is slightly dull. So the user will not be able to connect to it. If your color contrast is slightly bright, then you should color all the elements a little bright. Or if you are using a soft color, then the rest of the screen also you have to use soft color in your entire app. The color that we use should be of a similar color contrast. Repetitions. As you can see in this screen, the dotted border has been used in the same way. If you are designing an app, if you are creating any style in it, that one style should be remain in your entire app. Proximity. Proximity is like how any two objects look connected together. As you can see in this screen, it has three elements and it is connected together. So it's look like a single object. If you are looking at this element, then this is three elements in it. One element is quite left side and second element is quite right side. So the space in the middle is very much. So these three elements together do not seem to be connected. In the same way, many designers make the same mistakes. The elements that is connected to each other gives a lot of spacing in it so that the element does not seem connected to each other. So you should not make any mistake that the element is connected so that you give as much as space in it to make it feel connected. Alignment. As you can see in this screen, all the elements that are on the first screens are aligned with each other. So the user who reads it, it will be able to read it very easily. But as soon as the user goes into the screen, that alignment is very messy. So the user's readability is getting a bit useless. It will take some time to read it and it does not look good at all. So that's why we should keep all our elements in the one line. If the design of the app is aligned, then the user's readability will improve and it will be very good to see. Consistency. As you can see in this screen, all listing is the same, except only one listing is breaking our consistency in the same way. When we are designing something, all the elements in our screen should be the same. If you are using a rounded button, then the buttons in your all screen should be round with same width and same height. If you are using an edges button in your screen, then all the buttons should be in the edges in the entire screen so that you maintain consistency. Do not be surprised to see the users in this way. If there is consistency in your design, the user will be able to use your product very fast. Like example, iPhone. If you use the iPhone, then all the application in the iPhone come in rounded cone. Whatever elements have been placed inside it, they are all rounded. The boxes have been made in buttons, tabs, all rounded. Balance. As you can see in this screen, the spacing in it, it is same from all sides. So your design is quite balanced. So the design is very easy for users so that it will be able to read the top, the bottom and the left to the right because the spacing of all our sides is equal. Break. This is the newsfeed of the Twitter app, which is a rundown of the newsfeed in the same. So how did we break through a line? We can break it through the line, through spacing, so that our two elements look different from each other. Rhythm. This is the design of an Airbnb. So the one step in this entire app is the same. The image that is coming in a box is a user's profile picture in the right side, and if there is a price in a box on the left side, then this same continuity is going on in the entire app. So the user is able to scan this series and understand it. Then the pattern of this way is going on in full app. Size. As you can see in this screen, the first element is very large and the listing of its half size is continuing because the user first sees something big and then see the other elements. This is a human nature. First of all, we first see the bigger thing and then it is a little smaller and then look at it. That's why when you want the user to see something, you can show it in the same way. Mostly companies first show their banner deals in larger design and they show other elements in smaller design because the company wants to focus on that element first. So you can also use this design in your design. The thing you want to focus on first, you can show that thing in the bigger size first. Shape. This is the layout of an Instagram. If you have seen on your Instagram, the number of photos in it comes in all the edges. It comes in boxes, but the profile pic of the user comes in a circle. Because even if that profile picture were in a box, the focus of the maybe user would not have gone to it. But as soon as the designer changed the shape of that element become different from the whole screen. So the user's focus is going up first. However small the element is, but it is different in the whole screen. That's why Instagram has shown the profile of the user in a circle. It looks very unique and different from all the elements. Hierarchy. If we want to place a lot of elements in a single hierarchy, then you can show the design in this way. The center that is in the main hierarchy and all the elements inside in it are coming in this way. All the elements have some spacing so that we are clear easily. You must have seen lot of design in this way. Many companies show their design of this way in the journey of their company. Things to remember about creating delightful UI. Your eyes here, then here. Because this is our human nature. Our attention always goes to the biggest, boldest, and brightest things first, and then less bold in the end. Our attention always goes to the biggest, boldest, and brightest thing first, and then less bold in the end. Less bold, less bright goes on in second. So, as a designer, you can use this information is better the user experience of your user. You can show what the user want to see first in a bold, bigger, brighter that element and then show this secondary information that the user can read later. Whichever is less bold and less bright, you can make your design better and better by following these design principles.